What up, humans? Kurumi here, and welcome to the Mobile Legends Bootcamp. In this video, we are going to talk about the marksman, Bruno. Bruno has a good set of dash, crowd control, and burst skills. The protector, Bruno, is a marksman hero. I consider Bruno as a burst marksman, since his passive grants him additional chance on hitting critical hits with his basic attacks. Not only that, his ultimate skill lets him kick an energy ball that will bounce among the enemies to make them weaker. Now, let me share some tips and tricks on how to use Bruno based on my experience. I will also teach you some combos and techniques on the latter part of this bootcamp. But before that, let me explain his skills one by one for further understanding. Bruno's passive, Mecha Legs, grants additional chance of hitting critical hits with his basic attacks. Each time Bruno's skill causes damage, his critical chances increase by 4%. This effect can stack up to 5 times. Since Mecha Legs are already powerful because it is infused with power, Bruno will only take 80% of the extra attack speed he receives. Bruno's first skill, Volley Shot, lets Bruno kick a power ball that is infused with his next basic attack. Upon using, Bruno infuses the power into his Mecha Legs. Now, his next basic attack will kick a power ball directly to an enemy target. This will deal certain amount of physical damage to the target. This will also reduce the target's movement speed for a short period. You may notice that the power ball bounces off the enemy when it hits them and hits the ground. Bruno or his teammate can pick up the power ball to reduce the cooldown of his second skill by 1 second. Upon picking it up, Bruno's next basic attack is infused again with power. Take note that the power ball expires when not used, or picked up for a short period of time. Bruno's second skill, Flying Tackle, lets Bruno slide forward the specified direction. Upon using, Bruno slides towards the specified direction. Enemies hit will receive certain amount of physical damage and will stun them for a few moments. When Flying Tackle is casted while the power ball is being rebounded to him, he will be pulling back the power ball immediately. Bruno's ultimate skill, Wave of the World, lets Bruno kick an energy ball towards a target that will ricochet among enemy heroes. Upon casting, the initial target will receive a certain amount of physical damage, will be knocked back, and will reduce the target's physical defense. After hitting, the energy ball will ricochet to the nearby enemy heroes. Every hit will deal a certain amount of physical damage and will also reduce their physical defense. The physical defense reduction stacks up to 3 times. The energy ball will ricochet up to 10 times. The items that you can buy for Bruno. You can focus on items that grants physical damage, items that gives you additional critical damage, attack speed, and items that grants you life steal. For me, I choose to buy items that grants physical damage, critical chance, and attack speed. We are actually torn between 2 builds, which depends on the enemy's lineup. You can choose the Kurumi way if the enemy's lineup have burst physical damage dealers like Aldous, Hayabusa, Iratel, and the likes. On the other hand, you can choose the lots of damage build if the enemy side has no scary physical damage dealer. As for starting item, you can consider buying Swift Boots. Swift Boots grants additional attack speed and movement speed. Having additional attack speed will make your attacks faster. This will let you deal lots of attacks, especially during team fights. You can consider buying Berserkers Fury. This item gives you additional physical attack and critical chance. Its unique passive grants you additional critical damage on your critical hits. Also, dealing critical hits will increase your physical attack by a certain amount, for a short period of time. In situations that there are burst physical heroes on the enemy team, like Aldous, you might want to consider Wind of Nature. This item grants physical attack, attack speed, and lifesteal. This item has an active skill. Upon casting this skill, you become immune to all physical damage for a few seconds. This is pretty helpful when going against one-on-one or in team fights as well, since you can be immune to physical damage for a short period, which will make you unstoppable on that certain time frame. You might also want to consider Scarlet Phantom. This item grants physical attack, attack speed, and critical chance. Its unique passive grants you additional attack speed and critical chance after dealing a critical hit to an enemy. This buff lasts for a few seconds. You might also want to consider Demon Hunter Sword. This item gives you physical attack and attack speed. Its unique passive will give a bonus effect on your basic attack. This bonus effect will deal a percentage of target's current health points as additional physical damage. Demon Hunter Sword's another unique passive grants a 4% lifesteal for 3 seconds on each basic attack, which lasts for 3 seconds. This effect stacks up to 5 times. Buying attack items such as Blade of Despair will greatly increase your damage output. This item grants additional physical attack and movement speed. Its unique passive will give you additional physical attack when the target's health is below a certain percentage. The movement speed bonus can also help you chase enemies or escape death. Lastly, you might want to consider Malefic Roar. This item grants physical attack. Its unique passive grants physical penetration. Also, basic attacks will ignore some of the turret's defense. The item build for Bruno really depends on the enemy's lineup. So make sure to read each item's description so you can adapt in-game. One of the best spells to be used on Bruno is Flicker. You can use it to escape danger, even death. I use Flicker a lot for marksman heroes, since marksman heroes must always keep their distance. You can also consider Sprint. This can really help you run from danger or chase enemies. You can also use Inspire to gain additional attack speed. More attack speed means more damage to be dealt during team fights. In my opinion, the best emblem set to be used is the Custom Marksman Emblem Set. Custom Marksman Emblem could provide extra stats according to your needs as a marksman. Set Bravery to its max level because it can give you extra physical damage. Higher physical damage means higher damage for your attacks. Setting Doom to max level will provide you additional critical damage. Higher critical damage means higher damage on your critical hits. This is a good combination with your passive skill, since 5 stacks will give you additional critical chance, which will make you hit higher damage for your critical hits. Get Weakness Finder to have the chance to slow enemies. The effect will greatly reduce target's movement speed and attack speed. This effect has a short cooldown. For me, it's the best thing to get. Why? Because this can help you chase enemies when they are slowed. Set first skill to max level first. Prioritizing this makes the base damage higher. That means you can deal pain to enemies more than you can imagine. Prioritize second skill less since his first skill is what you need for damage dealing. Always upgrade his ultimate skill when available for upgrading. Bruno's passive skill is what you need to improve your damage, given that it increases your chance to deal critical hits. This will give you the best advantage to deal more damage as a marksman. As a tip, you can easily get the maximum stacks when using your ultimate skill. Just make sure it hits multiple enemies so it would grant you 5 stacks in an instant. Bruno's first skill is what you need to deal pain and slow down enemies. The thing is, to continuously use this skill, you have to claim the power ball on where it landed. Well, fret not. Did you know that the landing spot of the ball depends on the direction of your directional pad? Yes, indeed. Take a look on this scenario. As you can see, I am buffed with my first skill. Take a look when I release the power ball. Since I am not moving, the power ball landed directly to my spot. It's like my ball is magnetized towards me. Now, if I move while hitting the target, you may notice that the ball won't rebounded to my exact spot. It's because my directional pad is heading towards this way. That's why the power ball was rebounded towards this direction. You can also use your second skill to automatically retrieve the power ball. Once the power ball is not with you and you used your second skill, then the power ball will automatically head towards you after it touches the ground. The power ball's duration refreshes when you launch it and pick it up. So, it can be an unlimited buff as long as you keep playing with it. But do take note that the rebound direction of the ball is different when you are super near the enemy. It will just bounce back to where you launched it and will not consider your directional pad. Bruno's second skill is what you need to either chase enemies or escape death, with the ability to let you slide toward a direction. This can easily help you in terms of mobility.
An enemy has been slain.
Not only that, this also stuns the enemies hit with this skill. But be careful when sliding towards enemies, because it may also lead to your death. Take a look on the skill effects when an enemy is stunned. The enemy takes a 360 degrees turn, which is absolutely beautiful. Ultimate skill is what you really need in team fights. With the ability to reduce the enemy's physical defense, this can really boost up your offensive power, because the energy ball will bounce to enemies for up to 10 times when they are close to each other. This can really help your team to deal more damage to the enemies, since most of them will have their physical defense reduced. You can also use this skill to knock back enemies. You can use it to either push the enemies towards their death, or knock them back from chasing you, so you can be safe. In terms of his combo, we usually follow a simple combo for Bruno. In terms of team fights, you can follow this one. First, we use our first skill to buff our basic attack with the power ball. Picking the ball inside team fights is quite easy, because you also have your teammates to accidentally pick it up for you sometimes. Then, we opt to use our second skill here to aid to our teammates immediately. But you can use this to stun the enemies as well depending on the situation. Then, we use our ultimate skill so that the enemies hit will have their physical defense reduced. Just be careful on using your ultimate because you may knock back enemies, helping them even more to escape from death. Then, use your basic attacks to deal more damage. Use your second skill whenever it's on cooldown to either stun enemies or escape death. When you notice that the effect of your first skill already wear off, you can use it again to buff yourself with the power ball. In terms of being against a single hero, we follow this combo. First, you can opt to use your first skill depending on the situation. Then, use your second skill to stun enemies. If ever the slide put you behind the enemy, use your ultimate skill to knock them back further. Then, if you have Inspire, use it. Then deal basic attacks until their bodies shatter into pieces. Additional tip, your power ball can be picked up by your teammates. So if you are teamed up with a Bruno, it's best to pick his balls when it's just beside you. By balls, I mean his power ball, okay? Another tip, never give up. Even if your team consists of 4 marksmen, never give up. As long as the power of teamwork and friendship is there, nothing can defeat your spirit. The tips I mentioned are just some of the ways you can use Bruno. This video just guides you on how to use Bruno, the Kurumi way. We also thank the squad for being with us here today. Follow their accounts and watch their in-game streams as well. We also thank our lab rat, Rakuten, for picking up our balls for us. He really loves to pick up our balls, isn't it? Do not forget to follow his account, and tell him how thankful we are for sacrificing his pride and honor to pick up our balls. Thank you, Rakuten. So, once again, this is Kurumi and that's how you use Bruno. Thanks for watching. Do not forget to like and share this video. Also subscribe to my channel for more contents by clicking on the subscribe button below. We have our Ko-fi account just in case you want to donate us some coffee funds. Check our Ko-fi link on the description of this video for our skin giveaway events. Check out our community tab in YouTube for the mechanics. See you on the next Mobile Legends Bootcamp. Cheers!